Good morning, everyone. Good morning. You know, I like to start out my lives with the money exchange before anybody even gets on. I saw two different ones. I saw 57.70 and I saw 57.75. So I'm sure it'll go down to the lower one. There we go. Now we're all set. Not sure if that music's gonna be crazy. Scuba Doobie Doobie, good morning. Is that you down there in the house-built province? Scuba Doobie Doo? That's you, yes. Bro de Solo 9126, good morning to you. They got that damn music cranking and across the street here. They usually catch it and they'll turn it down after a little bit, so. Smile, be happy. Just me watching, good morning to you. Good morning to you. Thomas Chong, good morning. Oh, you and my Lenny, yes, good. Good to have you on board. Star Tile, good morning to you. Back in the States, I forget which state. Stephen Peterson. Hey, Steven, I just talked to Rodney. Rodney, if you're watching, good morning to you. Robert McMahon, good morning. Paul Philippines, good morning. I return in the month of November, to Dumagetti, Georgia. That's right. I'm never going to remember that Star Tile. I get so many people coming across from different places. Lowell Matheson from Oregon. I have my shoulder surgery in the morning. God bless. Oh, good luck to you. I hope everything goes well for you. How about them Vikings, Copal? Jeez Louise, man. We had a couple opportunities. I don't know, whence our offensive line and shit, our defense gives up so many long passes. Both those receivers had about 1,000,000 yards and scores. So disappointing to see right now. I don't think McCarthy might do any better, but they got to fix something there. David DeGrunt, Mike Foodie, Mike Foodie. Is Star Tile the same guy? Message retracted. Okay. Balibago, good morning to you. Thanks for showing up this fine morning. You met my girl last week, Joy. Hope you gave her some advice. Joy, oh. I think, I don't remember. I meet so many people. Good, good. People are popping on early. That's good. It's good Monday. It's a hell of a long weekend. We're going to talk, about the weekend, get caught up on everybody's whatevers and my whatevers for the first hour or so. And then we're going to talk about buying versus renting as expats. They had put out that post. I don't know if you guys had seen that post, but we're going to try to talk about that. We're going to have Todd join us. I don't know enough. I got questions. Everybody's got questions. Todd's been in the business for 25 years. So he's a very knowledgeable real estate, I don't know what you call it, broker, whatever. We'll let him explain all that when he gets here. Edgar Cruz, good morning to you. There's Todd, Angeles Expat. Good morning. You seem to really enjoy the racetrack this weekend. Hells yeah. We had great weather until yesterday. It rained all day yesterday. Terrible. So I didn't do anything yesterday but hide until I had to go to pool league. Edgar Cruz, good morning. Chuck W, good morning to you. Paul Philippines, today's a good day. Manchester United beat Liverpool in soccer last night. It's a big soccer game on the UK. I wish I knew more about all that. I have no clue how any of that works. Sure looks cool. We grow up in our different sports and stuff, so I don't put enough time into figuring out how that all works. Like snooker, the game of snooker. I finally figured that game out from watching it because I like billiards. the little tiny balls and the tiny holes, and you got to go like red in the color and red in the color and scoring. So interesting to learn some of these new ones. Sartre, the same guy that does ceramic installation videos on YouTube. Yes, yes. Yeah, he was here for a while. Met up with him here at Phillies a few times. Yes. Dave the Tile Guy. Smile, be happy. No TV ads in soccer is a plus. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's got to be nice. I used to go to an NFL football game once a year and watch my Vikings. And when you're actually at the game, the commercial breaks drive you crazy. You're wondering why the game isn't going on. You're sitting there for a bunch of time. It's because of the commercial break for everybody watching it. When you're there, it's a whole different environment. So I prefer on my couch watching my NFL. Snooker table is huge. Only thing Europe is bigger than US. Yeah, there you go. I learned how to install ceramic on my videos during COVID. Yeah, the car show this weekend at the parade grounds. I got up and got over there at like 7 a.m. Spent a couple hours until they all did that parade and left to the racetrack. There weren't enough exotics for me. I don't recall seeing a Corvette, some Beamers and some other ones. The Dodge excited me, and then the Dodge at the racetrack, the black Hellcat, was awesome to see. I like Dodge products. I grew up Ford, but it was a good turnout. 206 drivers at the time they did the opening ceremonies. Angie Mead and her Ferrari, Angie Mead King. Always a nice lady, gives me a couple minutes for a couple words and a picture. Appreciate that. A lot of very nice people here in the Philippines. 37 people, 13 thumbs ups. Todd, if you want to come a little early, you can come a little early. We don't have to wait till the 10 o'clock hour here. I think people will be ready by 1:45, or whatever you want to do. So, a red eye was nice to see. Boy, a red eye in the States. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, a Dodge Hellcat Challenger comes in different horsepowers. The red eye is like a 797 horsepower car. Unheard of. Stock. Just an amazing machine, all dialed in computer-wise and all. Yes, the regular Hellcat's like 707 horsepower, and then the Hellcat Red Eye is 797. A couple friends when I was doing car shows in the States had those with the graphics packages. Man, they look good. They look good. Let me let this guy walk by and we'll switch it around. You can hear the music. I hope it doesn't copyright. Couple tables over at the Hammer having breakfast. We got beautiful weather. Like I said, it rained all day yesterday. I took my car to Pool League at 6 p.m., which was nice. I had to because the motorbikes just wasn't going to cut it. Johnny drove his car, I drove my car, Des drove his car, and we did great. We won 14-6, I want to say. We had a great night, really great night. Good morning, how are you? Yes, yep, I recognize you. Okay. Okay. Angie is a real gearhead, absolutely. Oh my God. She's got a lot of irons in the fire, you guys. Angie Mead King. And it's a good story. I don't know if you know this story, but she married as a man and then did some surgeries and changed over, and her wife was on board with that all. So it's that's a good story. Owns hotels and owns Classic Speed here in Angeles. a car restoration place. Amazing. And very personable. Very personable. You know, I get a lot of people that say hello to me. Her, oh my God. Total celebrity here in the Philippines. Off the charts, people going up to her. And she handles it all like a professional, which is great. JD, of course, good morning, Chubbs and Angeles. What a great weekend for watching cars, enjoying my morning walk, and listening to your updates. JD, what a great weekend, huh? A lot of fun. Even the night show, I'm still working on that video, the car show from night was really cool to see. There weren't enough 90s cars like I knew and grew up with, other than the lower end ones. Jeff, good morning. How you doing?
Barber, right?
Yeah.
We gotta come see you.
Yeah. Joe's waiting on you down there. He needs some hair coloring, I guess. So, good to see you, Jeff.
Found his barber shop down there.
Yeah, hells yeah. John Allen, good morning to you. Otis Barrett, which hotels would you recommend for a 3-day stay? The wife and I will be there in December 18th for a wedding. We want to stay over the weekend and also go to the Subic for a day. Good morning. How are you?
I got one.
Okay.
I got one already.
Okay.
Good luck. I got one.
Yeah. Yep.
I got one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's... Well, it gets views. It gets views. People like drama. That's why those guys do that stuff. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yes. It's tough. I know. Right. Yeah. I know that. I don't understand it either. Right. That's just what they know. I could never do that. I could never chew up other people publicly. Yeah. I ran into him a couple days after he released it, and I didn't even know that video was out, but he had said I didn't make the list, so I'm surprised. I usually make his lists. We're talking about Ace Bachelor. Yeah. Yes. Right. Yeah. All right, we'll see you, man. All right, let me throw this out there, you guys, before I forget. Joe Cruz was just here this morning. He's going back to the States. Him and his daughter, you've met her before. And then he's going to be coming back with her boyfriend, who's going to stay here for a while. Throwaway tickets. I don't know where or how you get a throwaway ticket cheap. People out there, if you guys know, when I came back after my father's funeral, I ended up buying like a $125 ticket, which actually was going to forward me to Thailand or something. I bought the insurance because I thought I could refund. I bought it on my credit card, and there was so much hassles, I ended up giving away or not using a $125 ticket. Now, I've heard that there's throwaway tickets that are like $10 to $20, $30 maybe. So if you guys know of what site or how to get a throwaway ticket like I'm speaking, bring it up in the chat right now, because he's going to watch this after a while. He's getting his hair colored because he's going to the States here for a month over Thanksgiving and everything. So, hotel, Otis Barrett. Depends on where you want to be, how close you want to be to the action. my best recommendation would be go to Agoda or Booking.com. You can put in proximity to where you want to be, what you want to see. You'll get better prices than you would when you walk in. I like the Orchid Inn right here. Wild Orchid Resort is just a little bit further down the road. It's got great pools if you want pools. But Agoda and Booking.com, you'll find better prices. You can book it right now. You don't have to pay. And you can cancel it for free within 24 hours. So I would say that. Check it out. And look at the reviews. The reviews will help. Boy, that music's loud. Kyle and Lenny, good morning to you, Kyle and Lenny. Otis, La Grande is a great hotel. Otis. La Grande is a great hotel. If money doesn't matter, I'd say maybe try out La Grande. You will not be disappointed. And even check into an Airbnb website. There's some pretty good deals there too. It's a couple, 2,000-3,000 a night probably. Jack Benny, Pacific Breeze, great hotel and great staff, also great service, right here in town, very close to the action. See, there you go, Otis. Ask and you shall receive. Everybody will bring up their favorite hotels. Sky Scanner, maybe. Sky Scanner, okay. Joe, when you're watching this after the fact, Sky Scanner might be a place to get a discounted ticket. Rob Murray, good morning from California. Good morning to you. Joe Cruz, or Jeannie Cruz, good morning. Hello to everybody watching. Hello from Laredo, Texas. Jack Benny, Laredo. I don't think they know that music is that loud. This is like last night's preset when they shut the bar down. When they turn it on now, I don't think it's as loud in the restaurant as it is on the outside. So when they come outside, they'll realize how loud it is. I don't think it'll get copyright because I talk over it too much. But we'll see. So does anybody else know of a place to get that discounted onward ticket? When you come here and you're going to stay longer than 30 days, they want you to have an onward ticket. Let me know of a website or so I can mention this so Joe, when he gets back home and watches this, he'll have a couple resources. Sky Scanner. I've never heard of that, Mike. Crazy. So, what's the score of the football game going on right now? I know my Vikings lost, dropped an egg. They looked terrible at points. I don't know if I'm on board with the whole Wentz thing, but it looks like we'll have J.J. McCarthy back here soon. I doubt they care how loud the music is, only stop at 10 because it doesn't have an 11. Good morning, I'm late night drinking soju kettles. It's a mix of soju and Gatorade. Wow, that's crazy. She was like right in the camera there, you guys. I don't know if she wants to be in the camera, so I gotta turn it around. I have stayed in 10 different hotels in AC and prefer the Candy buildings. All right, there you go, John. Yeah, I know Candy Palace, second floor is like hotel style. Those rooms. Plus they have a whole list of other rooms you could probably Airbnb and stuff. So you can reach out to Candy Realty for reservations and stuff. That's another one. Great staff, great place. And you can use all their amenities, all their pools and gyms and everything else if you want. Fury, good morning. Did you make it out to the parade grounds, Fury? I didn't see you because that parade grounds is so darn big. Unreal. Turnout was nice. There was a few Mustangs there. Not as many as I thought would show. Falcons 3-0 in the second. Okay. I think there's 2 Monday Night Football games tomorrow as well. I took a picture of the QR code to show the people at the airport, put in the flight info and the e-ticket link, and it was approved. Did a one-way to Singapore. Took a picture of the QR code to show the people at the airport. Yeah. When I moved here, they want you to have an onward ticket within about 30 days. When I first moved here, my onward ticket wasn't for 8 months down the road, and they didn't like that at the airport, immigration. They looked at my passport, they said, do you have an onward ticket? When they heard it was 8 months out, they kind of threw my passport on the desk, and I thought, oh shit, I'm in trouble. Luckily, I had a screenshot of my onward ticket, which they were cool with. So, I think they just didn't want to deal with whatever. So you need to have an onward ticket if you're going to be here more than like 30 days. Tom W. Hey friend, good morning. Stephen Peterson, how's the weather there in Pine River, Minnesota? I haven't talked to the family in a few days, so I don't know what's going on weather-wise. Rodney, Detroit. I haven't seen a comment, so maybe he's out there. How's the weather in Detroit? Oh my God, I'm singing along with the freaking music. So did you find any cars that you wanted to see?
Not really.
No, yeah, your voice is gone, huh?
I gotta work on my voice. I was looking for the drag cars.
Yeah.
I guess they didn't run.
We got Chuck Fast. You want to be on?
Yeah.
All right, we'll just say hi.
Guess I won't be able to talk much though.
Yeah, that's okay. So you were looking for drag cars at the race. You went to the racetrack.
Was out there Saturday.
Yeah.
Saturday for the
Yes.
music one night, right?
Yes.
So I saw a lot of different cars. A few aggressive ones.
Yeah.
To Amy King or
Yep. Angie Meade King.
now they race. I'm not familiar with the class, but I guess they're the fastest cars out there.
Yeah. She's got like a racing class or academy or something out there. She said when I saw her at the parade grounds that somebody just broke the track record. So I don't know if that means she wants to get her Ferrari back out there and win the track record, but you're more of a drag race fan than anything.
Well, I did run NASCAR also.
Okay.
I was a drag racer most of my life.
Okay. That's nice.
I figured over here,
Yep.
there's no NASCAR here.
No, there's no NASCAR here.
Right, so,
Chuck reached out to me a long time ago and wanted to know the fastest cars and everything here in the Philippines. It's not like it used to be when they had the drag track out at Clark International Airport. I forgot Cope Thunder, I think it was called, the racetrack and all. You'll still find some of these guys around town. You've seen in my videos
right.
some of the drag racing, but it's not like it used to be, and I wish it was.
Were you saying there was a different track?
There was a different track. They took over a runway or a taxi or something. They had guardrails, they had bleachers. You know, this is back in the 70s or 80s.
Really?
Where they would be, every weekend they would go out there and there'd be, 30 cars, 40 cars that people would drag race. I think there was, put in so much money and winner take all, or whatever it was. But those were the glory days of drag racing and racing here in the Philippines.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's all changed. Now it's such a hidden thing.
Yeah, well, they're using the front straight of the road course now.
Yes, yep.
Don't seem to have grandstands there.
Right. No, they run a few drag sessions a year at Clark International Speedway, but it's, again, not like it used to be. There's only probably 2 to 4 or 5 V8s like we want to see. You get a lot of little rice grinder racers out there. Yeah.
Well, what about the rest of the country? Do you hear anything?
don't hear anything. It's just the marketing and advertising in the Philippines for drag racing or for anything is lackluster. I try to give you a few events out at like Clark International when they have things, maybe out at the parade grounds or whatever. It's getting a little bit more and more. I'm finding resources, but it's a real bitch to find stuff here.
Yeah, I talked to guys out there. They didn't know much. One guy said something coming in November and then something else in December.
Clark International Speedway has the calendar they put up months in advance. So you'll see when it's like drag events or race events out there, which is nice. They do have an updated Facebook page. I ran into the president of the Clark International Speedway on my way out of there on Saturday night. Met him and told him how good I thought, or how well planned out this thing was on Saturday with the Tour de Elegance from the parade grounds to the racetrack. So it's nice to meet him, but they do have a Facebook page that they try to keep up on. Other than that, it's a shit show. Shit show.
Try to follow them on Facebook.
Yes, yeah, they can follow them.
Like you said, it's a little dysregulated.
Yeah.
But that event you were at,
yeah,
looks like they were real happy with it.
Yeah, yeah. Wayward Traveler, happy Douglas MacArthur landing in the Philippines holiday. They are having a big celebration here late. Nice, Stephen Peterson, frost. You had frost this morning. Woo! That means it gets down between or below 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Frost. Oh my God, it's coming, Stephen. It's coming. Smile, be happy. Lionel Richie cover stuck on you. You hear that shit? Oh my God. They turned the screens on over there finally. Usually when I get here at 8 a.m., try to eat before my 9 o'clock live, nothing's on. So I may have to go over and tell them to turn that shit down.
I ate there when I came here.
Yeah?
I was happy with it.
The food was good. Yeah. Expensive.
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Oh my
I'll give them credit.
God. I got nothing, Junior. Sorry, buddy. Siam Dunk. God. Oh my God, Junior's in the house, you guys. Who said Junior's name? Because all of a sudden he showed up. Weather is gorgeous here, a little cool but beautiful. Nick, hello Nick from Minnesota. You're in St. Cloud there, so that's good to hear. I heard it's a lot warmer than it's usually at this time of year. Wow, they got that music cranked up now. Fury was planning to go yesterday as there was an invite photo shoot for the BOP Pop and Roll show, but the weather shut this down, was taking the 49 Mercury. Yeah. I saw some video, I think it was Candy Racing or the models were out there. I think Mark Savino's Porsche was the only one on the track, is what I saw in the rain. He actually took it out on the rain. So, I like Detroit. Cheapest state to buy any smokables. Yeah, Mike and his smokables. Love it. Thought that was Kenny. Glad you showed him. Go ball. Kennedy. Oh. Fastest car in the Philippines, maybe that red eye. Well, I guess according to Chad CB Media, the fastest car, that fastest Porsche is Mark Savino's Porsche. I still haven't had a chance to watch his video he put out that time we were both out there, but
you mentioned the ZRX. I looked it up, 890.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Run 890.
Okay, 890.
That might be the guy. I don't know.
Recently, the GTR.
GTR,
yeah. I know which one. Yeah, I saw the 890s he was posting that weekend out there. Amazing. That thing is get up and go. I can't even film fast enough when he's drag racing out there.
Imagine how much he's got invested in.
Oh my God. And there's no money payout or anything really here.
Really? Yeah.
So it's more for bragging rights than anything. Powered by Rice, yes. Go Pack, go. Yeah, I don't think my Vikings are going to do so well in this division this year with the quarterback controversies and issues. injuries and everything else going on. So, James Cravel, good morning to you. Enrique, good morning to you, my friend. What do we got? 72 people and 41 thumbs ups. I love the 95Z. 95Z, yes. Professor, good morning. Sorry, not sorry my Eagles took you. My God. Look good. How about some of those passes to those receivers that we could not intercept or even catch those guys? So disappointing. That's typical Vikings, though. They seem to drop a bomb now and then. Then they come back, they got a chance, and then they screw something up again. Jack Benny says, used to street race in the 70s and early 80s as a teenager. Then I learned I could build a fast car. However, never could outrun Motorola. Had a welcoming committee at the county line. Here you go. GoPro 4K or 6K, and do you shoot on 4K, 6K, or just 1080? I shoot everything in 4K 30. It saves memory. If you shoot in 4K 60, it takes up so much memory that it's tough to even put it on my laptop and edit. So 1080 is okay. I use 1080 if I ever go anywhere travel-wise because of the upload speeds at hotels in other parts of the Philippines is so slow. My high-speed internet at home is good for 4K uploads. It only takes 15 to 20 minutes. But if you go and you shoot 4K in the province and you have like 20 Mbps at a hotel, it's going to take 10 hours to upload some 4K videos. So it depends on where you're at, what you want to shoot in. Serpent, hello pal, the Serpent of Sienna, good morning to you. I don't know what they got. I think it's a play track that goes along with those videos on the LCDs or LEDs over there. Crazy. Minnesota just can't find a quarterback. They should have grabbed Baker Mayfield. Yes, they should have. Yeah, Professor, I had a feeling that the rains were coming. In fact, I told a few people because I had seen it on YouTube. So I knew Sunday was going to be a shit show all day long, and it sure was. Just going to a pool league at 6 o'clock was a pain in the ass. Luckily it was lighter, but all day it was such heavy downpours. It ruined a lot of things. Vehicle Mundo, 6K is a waste unless you are going to crop it in. Yes, 60 frames per second is good if you know you are going to want to slow video down 50%, but as Chad says, it'll take up a lot of space, increase render time and upload time. I think, Marcus, when I and you were back in the States and I was shooting car videos with you, I think I was shooting 60 and you were asking me why I was shooting at 60 frames per second. It did take up so much memory. I didn't know what I was doing, but it worked out sweet for the slow motion like you're saying. If you shoot at 30 frames per second, your slow-mo will get glitchy. If you know you're going to do slow-mo and not for long, shoot in like 120 and really make it beautiful. Make it a really smooth slow-mo, but 30 for me is good enough, 4K 30. Bears won. I know the Bears won. Another, I think they had a hell of a defensive game today. Or was it Cleveland? Cleveland had a hell of a defensive game. No, Nick, I'm on board. I'm not going to give up on McCarthy. He hasn't even had a chance to prove himself. He looked great that first game with the comeback. Second game, I think he got frustrated, showed that he's a rookie, and then he got injured. So hopefully he comes back with a vengeance and we can turn this season around. Gotta love a little bit of Eric Clapton. Yeah, I don't know if my copyright's gonna love it. Oh my God, they're just cranking it over there. Wayward, thanks. That's why I've been shooting 1080, because if I do, I can upload fast. 4K takes an hour or more. Yeah, that's the problem I found in the province, especially when I travel. Hotels tell you it's high speed, but when I speed test there, I can't find anything faster than 20, 30 megabytes per second. And that takes too freaking long, so I gotta downgrade to 1080, which I don't like to do ever. Especially when I go into like I'll be traveling to Luzon here soon. I want everything to be 4K for the clarity and all that. Hello, Todd, hello.
Hello. Music is very loud.
I gotta go over there and tell him to turn it down or something. That's getting annoying.
Yeah, you're going to get the live out, but then you're not going to be able to repost it because you're going to get hit with copyright.
Yes, I hope it doesn't grab. I could break this in half if we have to.
Yeah.
So let me get through a couple of these.
Did you settle the ticket issue?
No. Give me some information. What do you know in regards to throwaway tickets? Because Joe Cruz is going back to the States and bringing back somebody who is going to be here longer than whatever. What do you know? What website or what?
There is 3 ways.
Okay.
Purchase an actual ticket. Go to like onwardtickets.com, I think it's called, or one of 30 others, and just pay about $12 here. Look,
$12 on-time fee. This is going to be reversed, but you'll be able to figure out what we're looking at there, Joe Cruz and whoever's.
If you just type in
$12
onward
one-time fee
tickets.
Okay.
The other way, and I recommend this way. I don't want to fake a ticket.
Yeah.
Because there is a slight possibility you could be caught and blacklisted.
Yep.
If it was me and I needed a ticket, I would go to like a United Airlines online website, purchase a one-way economy ticket to Guam without restrictions on my credit card.
Okay.
So what if it's 500, 800?
Yeah.
Do it a couple days.
Pesos.
No, dollars.
Oh, I
Okay,
gotcha.
But listen, so what?
Yeah, because you can get it refunded.
You can automatically get a refund when you land, and it is a legitimate ticket. And using a American site, there is no questions about, you didn't meet this requirement, that, just as long as it is a refundable ticket.
Yeah, see, I did on a credit card, and I even did the insurance, and I paid like $125 for an onward ticket, so I don't even remember where it was. But when I went in to try to get refunded, or to change it or something to a different date, because I knew I was going to be going to Thailand, it all got hairy. They wouldn't refund it, or they wouldn't even change the date. So I kind of I didn't do something right.
And you didn't know a Skyscanner. Skyscanner is like a booking.com, but only for airlines.
Okay.
Basically, and it also, Skyscanner, you don't pay them they list different agents that you can pay.
Oh, okay.
The same thing operates as a cheapo air, but cheapo air, you pay them. And they are a travel agency.
Okay. Good information. You are #1 vlogger in AC. Keep it going. Scott Van Duden. Chubbs, why was Batman at the Cars and Coffee? Batman and the policewoman deal. I think they were advertising Uncle Max. I looked up what he had on his outfit and I couldn't find him. Some people say that Batman makes appearances all over Manila and everything else on his tricycle, his Can-Am Spider, which I did pull up on YouTube and I found it, but it's not the same guy. So, looks like we had some action where some messages were deleted from Mike. I don't know what that's all about, but Mike, thank you for that. Any new girlfriends, Kiernan? Oh, of course. Several, Meyer. Several. No. I don't have time, I've found, to try to mix and mingle with different women right now. It takes a lot of time to do that kind of stuff, plus money, and I need to focus on YouTube and some other things. Plus, I want to take some traveling and make some plans. So, if you're in cahoots with some of these gals around town and you try to keep contact all the time, it really cuts into your time. So, at this point, no. Tell them I can send in my Chihuahua if they don't drop it. Serpents was timed out by Mike Foodie. Clarence, I'm not sure what that's about, but again, Mike, thank you. I used Onward coming here. Professor, okay. So what Todd's talking about. Cecil Wampler, yeah, Onward ticket definitely works. I have used it and it's always passed. So Joe Cruz, here you go. There's a couple right there that agree that Onward ticket would be the place to go. Sadly, haven't got my glasses, Professor, so can't read the comments. Jeannie, does he need our help? Enrique, is that the gentleman who is in real estate? Yes. Serpent of Siena, yes. Todd is the one who we're going to be talking about buying or renting and the loopholes and all that. We'll start that out. Let me get caught up here. My name is per bounce Van Buskirk, Jumps. Van Buskirk. All right, thank you for that. I was butchering it. I know I was butchering that. So, Kiwi website for plane tickets are good. Doing separate tickets to get a cheap throw-away ticket. Kiwi website. All right. Daryl Lynn sliding in. Shout out from Terlingua, Texas. Daryl Lynn. Good morning to you. Sean Allen, what hotel is the best to stay there? Well,
We already did that.
yeah, I don't know what you're looking for or proximity to things. Again, if you're worried price and proximity to like walking street, again, I'd say check out Agoda or Booking.com. Read the reviews. Believe me, they're pretty honest. I just show places. I don't review places. I just show places. It's up to you all to decide. I give you the boots on the ground. I'm not going to cut up a hotel. Like Tuesday, we're going to be doing the Royal Amsterdam tour on Walking Street. And again, I don't like to just point out all the problems and everything, but I'll show you, and it's up to you to decide. Looking good, Todd. The missus is keeping you looking fresh. Professor chimes in.
Well, having a wife does completely change everything here.
Yes. Yeah, I can imagine.
Many things for the better and a few things for the worse.
Yep.
But that's just life.
Yes. Yeah. Hey, Mike, before I forget, send me a message on our chat there as to what you had to delete. I didn't even catch those messages because I was doing whatever. Thank God they turned the music down. So I don't know why you timed that guy out or cut him off, but I'd like to know. What up? Good morning, Arthur McCoy. All right, so let's start this up. Let's get into this real estate stuff. I know we had send out that post. I'm going to try to be posting some things if I can arrange people that are going to stop by with popular topics or topics we all want to hear about. 85 people in the room, 48 thumbs up. So let me just start out with something. If somebody buys a condo at Candy Palace, do they own that 100% as a expat? Do they own it outright at 100% for life? Or what is a Candy Palace condo?
Okay, it's complicated. Yes, they own it 100% for life if they actually transfer the deed of sale into their name and pay the fees.
Okay.
Because only 40% of a condominium building can technically be owned in a foreigner's name. Now,
Okay.
Candy's probably way over that, and or maybe the tax department's looking the other way. But if you just keep it as a power of attorney to save money, you would risk at a future date them saying, no, this building's over, so now any transfers have to be in a Philippine corporation or a Filipino's name.
Yes.
That automatically would reduce the value of your property.
Okay.
The other part of that is you own it 100%, but you do not control it.
Yes.
Because you are still responsible to the condominium association.
Yes. A monthly fee?
A monthly fee, but also, and Candy right now is a great complex. Mark's a great guy, straight shooter businessman.
Yes.
But what happens if Mark's out of the picture?
Yep.
Let's say he wraps his Porsche around a tree.
Yes.
Under the track. Whoever comes in may not be as concerned about the owners.
Yeah.
And since the condo association it is controlled by Candy corporate, they can basically do almost anything they want.
Okay.
They could say no more Airbnbs.
Yeah.
The only one allowed to do short-term rentals is Candy Realty.
Okay.
I'm not saying it'll happen.
Right.
I'm just saying that unlike the United States, where condo associations have to report to enforcement agencies, here it really doesn't happen much, and it's much harder. So owning a condo that's been legally transferred into your name is the closest that you will get to absolute ownership.
Okay.
But also remember, many developments, again, not talking about Candy now, once the developer has sold everything, and once the lower quality of construction comes out, and the maintenance costs go up, they will pull out.
Yes.
That leaves all those costs on the owners.
Yeah.
So you could possibly get hit with a 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 peso assessment to put a new roof on.
Right.
When the condo tower has to be painted, the association pays for it.
Yeah.
So it's really not 100% cut and dry.
Right. I know the Candy White Tower, the newest building that's added to the whole Candy organization. There's a gentleman that bought 30 units. He bought 30 units in that building alone, and he plans to Airbnb them all. So that's a hell of an investment. You're considering one unit might cost 6 million pesos, and you buy 30 of them. you can do the numbers there. So now, if people want to buy houses here in the Philippines, and we all know that as a expat or a foreigner, we cannot own property, we cannot own houses. Say somebody buys a house in Pulu, Amzik. Does he own 40% of that, and there's a Filipino on the deed or whatever it's called here?
Okay. There is a couple ways an expat can purchase. The 40% deal is through a corporation.
Okay.
If you set up a corporation, you can only own 40%. 4 other people have to own 60%, and they have to be a Philippine citizen.
Yes.
I have several corporations.
Okay.
I own 40% of them, and my wife owns 59.7%,
Yep.
and 1/10 of 1% is held by 3 other family members.
Okay.
I'm not protected
Yeah.
100%. At any time, my wife could remove me from the corporation, or buy me out, or just lock me. It is a risk that you have to take with a corporation.
So she can take you off of everything if she wants? Somehow legally, or how does that work?
She can legally take me off of everything, or illegally take me off.
Yeah.
And then I have to hire a Philippine lawyer, put up a lot of money, and go through a civil lawsuit.
Okay.
Which could take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years.
Yeah. Okay.
The problem with someone buying a house and putting it into a corporation, let's assume that you have 100% trusted Filipino that you can use.
Yes.
Guaranteed, no problem.
Yes.
It's a legal corporation that you have to form in the Philippines.
Okay.
So it's 50 to 100,000 to form the corporation. Then, since the house is a business, you have to go to the mayor's office and get a mayor's permit, go through a barangay. That permit will cost you a minimum of 20,000 pesos a year, every single year.
Okay.
You also have to file tax returns and reports with the Securities and Exchange Commission every year. That's going to cost you another 50,000 a year or more. Now,
A lot of hidden fees, it sounds like.
many people will probably chime in here and say, I don't pay those fees, because the lawyers and the other people setting this stuff up, they don't tell you. And many corporations are in default.
Yeah.
Now, normally nothing happens if you're in default.
Yeah.
They just look the other way. But again, they don't have to look the other way.
I think my old apartment units had some issues. I knew that place was for sale. So back in the day, I brought that up to Todd. Would you like to acquire another apartment complex? And he had known, like he does a lot of different places around town, that there's something issue in the background or in the paper, whatever it was. So he was not interested. Let me get caught up on messages real quick. I'll be there in November. Serpent, wasn't he still talking timeouts? Adam Alexander Flies. Hey Chad, I hope you're doing well. Thank you. Enrique, we'll see you, my friend. Thank you for chiming. Tito George Travel, I will never buy a condo in the Philippines. My wife has a home. That's the only way to go, but we have been there together. We've been together for 38 years. Cecil Wampner, hope she is not watching. She's talking about your wife. He's hoping she's not watching, I'm sure.
Actually, my wife is at the hair salon now.
Okay. Treating her so she doesn't have to watch. Tito George, invest your money in your home country. You may, you have way more rights. Tom, we'll see you. Professor, why would we buy a house or property here if we sold everything in the U.S.? Women or no women, rent, rent, rent until you die. Professor, I'm with you on that. I've been here 3 years. I don't plan on buying anything. I don't trust females here. I don't trust anybody here, to tell you the truth. So I wouldn't want to put myself in that situation. I will always rent. I don't want to be tied to some unit, some condo. Sure, I can see the benefits in the long term, but I like the flexibility, to tell you the truth. John, I think I will go watch a movie. Have a great day, everyone. Being married, my wife and I bought land and are building a home. There is a risk, but it is forever, then no worries. Be careful who you marry and love. I hate HOAs. Makes sense, Wayward. Makes sense. Okay, we are caught up. So rent versus buy. You've been here how many years? 25 years. So did you come here with that plan to purchase places and rent and be a property management company?
I came with the plan to leave the U.S. because I had a corporate buyout and to just hang out and date different girls and just have a fun life. And I was in Thailand, Philippines, Hong Kong, Singapore, and actually living there, and trips to almost every Southeast Asian country for a month or more.
Okay.
That's a great plan until you actually have been doing it for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months. It gets boring.
I've seen that in a lot of comments. People say that the luster wears off pretty quickly, and this even refers to like dating women here and stuff, or bar hopping and barfining. Some guys are professionals, and I think those guys drink a lot because they keep going back to the bars and spending money, and nothing wrong with that. But it also can get old pretty quick, I'm thinking. So the Bears should be 5-1 and not 4-2. That loss to your Vikes was big. Next time in Minnesota, we will get you to win. Yes. Good point, Chad and Kuya, Professor. We're talking about rent. Thank you, Jeannie. Jack Benny says, I would not attempt to purchase property in the Philippines. And Panama is a different story. In Panama, foreigners can own property. However, hire a lawyer to ensure the title is clear. See ya. Right on, Jack. Right on. Let's see. Let me ask you this. Now, if I was in a long-term relationship and I was thinking of being with a woman, but we hadn't quite got married, and I end up paying for a house construction in the province, I chip in all this money. I want to legally get on some kind of documentation. Am I able to do that? Do I have any recourse down the road? Would I have to be married? Am I out money? If a girl sweet talks me into paying $20,000 US to build a house and I'm not married, what's happening here?
Well, again,
I'm stupid.
You don't legally own the property.
Yeah.
You can put the house in your name, and the land stays in her name.
Yeah.
But then you have to do a formal lease that is recorded on the deed for that to be valid, and she has to have a business license from the mayor, and the tax department has to be paid, and then technically she's not supposed to break the lease, but if she moves her boyfriend in and says, Chad, you're out, stay off the property,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to enter the property, and again, you can go through a long court battle.
I believe
Basically,
there's cases like that here.
it is very simple. Everyone will tell you ways that you can control a property as a foreigner, and sometimes they work, but
Pardon me.
they are not 100% legal, because the Philippines has a law that says if you have control over a corporation or over a real estate deal as a foreigner, that's a manipulation of the law, and that control is void.
Okay.
The first property that I purchased with my wife, she was then my girlfriend. I purchased a family house that had been foreclosed on into a crazy loan deal. Different story. I had her sign a loan against the house,
Yeah.
so that no one else could take the house.
Okay.
It works, but if it was legally pressed, it would have fallen apart.
Yes.
You can, as some people say, buy the house and lease the land, but then you've got complicated other fees that are ongoing. You can go to a lawyer, and they may say, well, we will put straw people into the corporation,
Yeah.
and then sign them out, and actually there'll be no one serving in the corporation but you, but the straw people still appear, and you can fill in the blank at any time. That is illegal, and the lawyer knows everything. I'll be 100% honest here. I've made mistakes here.
Yep.
That
We
have
all
cost,
do.
That have cost me a lot of money.
Okay.
I purchased one complex that cost me 1,000,000 pesos because I paid the seller in full and got the titles untransferred.
Yep.
But they never paid the transfer fees.
Yes. They keep
I
the pocket the
also
money.
purchased on paper an option with a British gentleman who was here that I would purchase his two condos for 2.2 million each. I paid him 300,000 for the purchase option.
Yep.
It was open. It was based upon if he decided to leave or if he died.
Yep.
He had never transferred the actual deed. They were held in the original developer's name. The guy dies during COVID, and all of a sudden, a lawyer here winds up owning both units fully transferred into his name.
Yeah.
Now, I can try to fight a lawyer into court. He doesn't pay anything, or I can walk away from 300,000.
Just take it as a learning lesson. Okay, let me get caught up. Do not buy a house, do not buy a condo, do not open a business, live your best life as an expat. Harry Kane. Andy, what's up, Chubbs? Wife and I landed Sunday morning, so now we are in the same time zone. Andy, good to have you here. Patrick Tarr, good morning, Chad. Good morning, Todd. Good morning, Professor, and everybody else. Bob Barker, but she said that was her cousin. Okay. Not sure what that was. What's going on, Professor? Everybody saying hi to each other. Eagles, Eagles. Excellent same day close. What are the Broncos? Let's talk about a business owner now. Okay. So Andre owns Miko's and some other bars that he ended up renting or being the owner, but it's actually just a lease agreement on Walking Street. Desmond owns Amigos Mexican restaurant. Being he's a U.S. citizen, he's married to a Filipina. Does he own that business? How does a business like Amigos or MGC Bar, or they call themselves owners? I know MGC has a Filipina girl on there. I know the gal. How does that complication show work?
It is in two different forms. If it's a corporation, they only own 40%.
Okay.
But Desmond's wife can own 59%, and her sister, brother, cousin can own a third of a percent each.
Okay, so the wife can't, it's not just you and your wife, it has to bring in other Filipinos.
Has to be five people for a corporation minimum.
Okay.
But 3 of them can own a very small amount.
They're just kind of dummy peoples with very small amounts. Okay.
If it's a sole proprietorship or a partnership, it's legally owned by the wife.
Yes.
And let me get the question that some people may be thinking, but not wanted to ask off the table. Why did I invest in so much real estate here? I did it because I have a couple. I have a niece and a nephew in the U.S. Both of them have a trust fund. Mm-hmm. I've got no one else to leave any money to. I did not want to leave my wife with a big portfolio of stocks in cash that I didn't think she could handle. Mm-hmm. So I put a lot of money into real estate for her.
Yes.
But always at the point that I can walk away if I lose it all.
Okay.
I don't want to lose it.
Right.
I'll be very unhappy
Understandable.
at this point. Do you want a roommate?
Yeah, right.
Hey, in your small studio?
No. See all the buses pull up or the vans, you guys. We'll take a break for a little bit. If you guys have questions, throw it out there. Otherwise, we'll just kind of take a break from this for a second with Todd. Show you a little bit of the video there. Let me get through some of these messages. I'm in Metro Manila with my wife until November 12th. All right, Andy. Edgar says, stop, Todd. Good morning. Ha, ha, ha. Checking me. Yeah, that's me. I made myself a moderator on my other account, this phone I'm holding, just in case I needed to put people in timeouts or so. Hector, not here for real estate advice. Actually, we had Hector sold everybody that we were going to have some time devoted to this. So maybe you didn't see the post on my channel. But we can talk babes, bikinis, Barfines, football, or whatever you want to talk about if you have something to bring up. Bob Barker, if ever in Ormoc City, I highly recommend Meg's Bar. Yeah, Professor, that's my other Facebook or my other YouTube account. I've been trying to make some moderators. That's the phone I'm holding just in case. Just Edgar's only kidding. Edgar, you are a jokester. I think I just talked to Jim. Jim messaged me and he's bringing a nephew or somebody this way here soon. He had some crazy questions for me that I won't bring up on the chat here, but I don't know how old this nephew is that's coming with them. Robert McMahon. Chad sent out a message earlier today saying that he was going to be interviewing Todd. Yes. You're renting the building or you can own the building, but usually a Filipino will own the land, kind of how McDonald's does it with franchise owners.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely. I enjoyed your bar hopping in Orca. Charles make himself a moderator before he uses good men like Andy H. Yes. Breaking tradition, moonshiner, howdy howdy. Does anybody have any questions for Todd? We'll open this up to everybody. If you got questions, ask them now.
I actually have a question for you.
Yes.
Can you turn the camera around and point it at that sign?
Which one? The blue sign?
The blue and red sign.
Yes. Okay, here we go. Let me zoom in. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Red Street has been officially renamed back to Walking Street, Fields Ave.
Yes.
The mayor did a proclamation on August 28th saying, order of his office,
yes,
everything had to be done within 60 days.
Yes.
So that means within the next week, the Red Street sign has to come down. Now,
yes.
Do you think that sign's actually going to be down within the week?
No, I'm saying July.
Okay.
Yeah.
This brings up a very important thing for expats to know here.
Yes.
I've been here a long time. I've got great respect for the Philippines, but if they say something,
yeah,
don't take it as being written in stone.
No, hell no.
It's what they say and what actually gets done.
2030, Professor, I love it. Yes. It's a land of patience, as we know.
You have to be patient here.
Absolutely.
And you have to realize things change. And sometimes you're not going to like the changes.
Yes.
And sometimes you're going to be beating your head off a wall. But just take the good side of it.
Yes, yes. Nick, do I know if the Atlantis things are over? It is that time when Steve had said come through and we'll check. So I'm going to check after this live. I need to get a haircut. I'm going to go by Club Atlantis and see if I can catch Steve so we can tour that place. I want to see it inside. I want you guys to see what it looks like during the daytime when we can turn on the lights and show you what they did renovations. Maybe we can sneak into Dollhouse as well. And then just to refresh or let everybody know, I'm going to be touring the Royal Amsterdam Hotel on Walking Street tomorrow with the new American owner. Gary Hall is his name. We will be touring that one finally. It's a hotel I have not been able to tour ever, other than the room I stayed for a couple, 2-3 weeks when I first got here. Sammy, good morning, Sammy. Good to see you. Yes. Not sure. Oh yeah, you're gonna pay me? A Filipino's paying me, you guys. Sammy, big respect, my friend. I respect that. Keep it. Keep it. I like that. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for being honest. Wow. You don't see that often.
No, you don't.
No. Poor Filipinos paying me.
Because here, if a Filipino says, "Can I borrow?"
Yeah.
They're actually saying,
Yeah.
"Can you gift me?"
Can you? Yes. You'll never get it back. You won't see that money. All right, Nick, I got you. Breaking tradition, moonshiners. Yo, good morning to you. We had a good night, but limited nightlife. Best bar was Club Asteroid. Club Asteroid. Is there a Club Asteroid? I don't know where that is. Oh, you're talking in a different part of Wayward's bar hopping. Okay, okay. He has heard of just sanguines, where a foreigner has at least one Filipino parent born to the Philippines so their child can own land and property. Has he heard of just sanguinis?
What he's talking about is if one of your parents was a Philippine citizen,
Yes.
you're entitled to Philippine citizenship.
Okay.
Okay? But it's misused a lot. People just show Philippine citizenship and they would get ownership. But the problem is, if you apply for Philippine citizenship, now you become a dual citizen and has other complications.
Yes.
But yes, you are entitled to all the rights as a Philippine citizen.
Yes.
Because your mother or father was a Filipino.
So if I was to get this girl pregnant, which we talked about the other day, what are the benefits for this child if I walked away and all? Are there any benefits for an expat getting a Filipina pregnant here like she wanted? What do you know on that?
I'll answer that a little differently at first. That's the equivalent of me saying to you,
No.
what's the advantage of having a doctoral of law from Harvard University versus a doctoral of law from a local unknown school?
Yeah.
It opens doors.
It opens doors, yeah.
Because that child is entitled to a Philippine passport and Philippine citizenship, they can now travel to many more countries and work in many more countries without having to have visas.
Yeah.
So they are much more employable on the world market, and also that child is entitled to death benefits from your Social Security until they're 18 or they graduate college.
Okay.
And that's about 50% of your Social Security.
Okay.
So there are a lot of benefits. Then add in that you're tall,
Yep.
you've got blue eyes,
Yep.
and a light skin.
Right.
Light skin here has traditionally been and are considered to be, this must be someone with a wealthy family.
Yeah, okay.
Because
All right.
the poor families have to work outside a lot,
Yeah.
and they've got dark skin.
Dark skin,
So
I gotcha. That makes sense.
a lot of advantages.
Yeah.
This girl's for her. Is it better for her?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Be a good guy, Jack.
But I don't see any advantages to you.
No, other than a little practice or trying to get her. Raymond, the mayor's on the way. You're coming right now, Raymond, to say hi? Oh my gosh. Robert McMahon, my oldest daughter is eligible to become a citizen of the Philippines because her mother was not a U.S. citizen yet. My youngest daughter is not because she was born after my wife became a U.S. citizen. Okay.
Actually, she could probably claim Philippine citizenship because her mother was a Philippine citizen. But that may involve her surrendering her U.S. passport to get the Philippine passport, and then having to go back
Okay.
to get it again.
Todd's wife's calling probably right now. I'm watching you guys. When you get home, we gotta talk.
No.
I still get that damn cough. See how it lingers here? Shit like this? How long's it been now? A month that I've been fighting this cold or whatever the heck it's been?
At least you have a voice.
Yeah, you got no voice there, Chuck. Jeez Louise. Just things linger here so much longer. All right, guys, what else you guys got to want to know out there in the world? Raymond, sorry we couldn't bar hop this weekend. Again, you saw Saturday. I'm still putting together Saturday night's video. And yesterday was a shit show here in town with about 7 inches of rain in 10 hours. Got a rain for him. You got a rain gauge? My parents always had rain gauges. I think that was a conversation piece. We got 3.6 inches of rain last night. The lake's gonna come up in the next week. In Minnesota, if it rained on a Tuesday, the following Tuesday, the lake levels would finally start to raise. And boy, sometimes it would raise unbelievably. If we had a rainy spring, we had fish in our garage one year because the back roads or our road flooded. The lake came up 4.5, 5 feet, which means when we woke up, the washer and the dryer and all your shit you store in the basement was floating. Some pumps couldn't keep up. It was crazy.
I have a rain gauge.
You got a rain gauge?
Yeah. I
Your
keep
pool?
my pool
Yeah.
3 inches down.
Yep.
And over this weekend, I have pumped it 2
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there's been over 6 inches of rain added to the pool over the weekend.
The guy
That
on
shows you how much rain there was.
Dennis on my pool league team said the same thing. His pool was 3-4 inches low. Now it's like ground level. It's overflowing. Absolutely. Let's see. My daughter, we did that one. Good morning from Dubai. David Williams, good morning. It's that time of the week already. Jeannie Cruz. I think Todd said 25 years.
But the question was about Penatuba. I
Okay.
was not here for the actual eruption.
Yeah.
I was here for 3 days in 1991 in December when I was working for Toyota. And I was on clock the whole time.
Okay. I got you.
And everything was ash.
Yeah.
Lots of ash.
A lot of mess. Big time mess.
I did not even know what Fields Ave was or that there was a bar scene here then.
Yeah. Wayward says, remember, since you are the father of the child, Chad, that child has the rights to become a U.S. citizen born abroad. Even if we're not married?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's a great benefit for the child.
Absolutely. U.S. passport.
Okay, I think we are caught up. I like to get a chub on Mondays and Fridays. Destination. Regarding the hypothetical child you're talking about, will you be listed on the birth certificate? I'm not sure. I'm just the sperm donor. I'm not sure if she needs to declare who and what, or how that would work.
If she's smart,
Yep.
she would list you because it strengthens the case for
Yes.
U.S. citizenship. But even not listed, she could go to the U.S. Embassy, claim you were the father,
Yep.
and the embassy would require a DNA
A
test.
DNA. Okay.
And you would be forced to give your DNA
Okay.
if she made the claim
Yeah.
you were the father under the Women and Children Protection Act, which is very strange.
Yeah.
You can be held responsible for your girlfriend and her kids' welfare if you move them in your house and then want to break up with her.
Yeah.
You can be charged criminally. It's a weird law.
Somebody had stated that I would have to pay child support something in the U.S. I'd be responsible for that child here, even just being a sperm donor, if she forced the issue or something. I don't know.
You really wouldn't have to pay child support in the U.S. because she it would be almost impossible for her to file a claim in the U.S.
Yeah.
because she doesn't have the money, the visas, or the time.
Yeah, yeah. She might have had the money. I don't remember. She was financially stable, but
And the U.S. doesn't have jurisdiction for child support for a child outside of the U.S.
yeah. What if you sold her your sperm? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Could be make a little money on selling sperm, but no. Yeah, she had money. Okay, let me see. I think I might have missed something just over a month ago. That's exactly what I asked. Douglas, let me go back. Regarding yes, okay.
And having money for a Filipina is not the same as having money that they would need to file a legal case
Yeah.
in the U.S.
Yes.
It is probably a 500,000 minimum filing.
Oh wow, $10,000. Yes.
Lawyers are expensive.
Lawyers are expensive. Absolutely. All right, everybody. What else you got out there? Any other questions for us?
So, can we circle back to owning real estate?
Okay.
There are ways to protect yourself, but I would say I do not recommend anyone that is not married and considering their wife to own real estate here.
Right.
But if you absolutely have to, do not invest more than you can afford to walk away from.
Right. I've heard that comment numerous times. Absolutely. Yeah. Vehicle Mundo, don't forget the fee for the swimmers and the separate insertion fee per attempt. Yes, yes. Right on, Marcus. Marcus, you planning on moving over here ever? You'd have to sell your Corvette. You still have one Corvette or two Corvettes, I mean? Or do you just own that new recent one? I forget if you got rid of your 2006 or whatever that was. Buddha Boo. As far as I know, if the woman has DNA proof and the money to file a case in the U.S. court, the father could be held liable for child support. It sounds like that's kind of what Todd said, that you'd have to pay a lot of money to get all the proof, and then I don't know how they'd force you to give a DNA. A lot of people would just run or disappear. I wonder how many men got women pregnant back in the pre-Pinatubo days when all these young servicemen were having all these flings with all these women, and these women ended up having children to expats or military personnel, and then the military personnel just disappear. I'm sure the women didn't have the resources to do the DNA tests or to find these guys. So, I don't know. Kind of a crazy time back in the day.
You don't even have to go back that far.
Yeah.
It is happening right now.
It is happening right now.
Okay?
Yep.
Many times us expats talk about, the girls are scamming and conning you. Well, actually, many expats are conning the girls.
Yeah.
How many guys come here for 2 weeks, say, I am single, I want to be with you forever, and then
blow and go,
disappear.
Right.
Yeah.
Blow and go.
Or how many guys here have taken cherry girls,
Yeah.
gotten them pregnant, and then disappeared?
Yeah. Right.
But same thing happens with a Filipino to Filipino.
Yeah. Yeah. They just disappear into the weeds again. why a lot of these women, single women, probably working in these bars, there's no other way to support their parents and their child or children once that lazy Filipino disappears. Not to tear on Filipinos, but it seems like it's a overwhelming situation here. Well said, Todd. Fury chimes in, well said, Todd. There's a channel reuniting people and doing their DNA test. It's pretty interesting. I bet it is. Vehicle Mundo has 1 Corvette and 1 Challenger. I would have to be on the track a lot there to get my speed fix with some car. Yes. I think wayward. I think Australia has an agreement with the Philippines to hold Australian men accountable for having babies in the Philippines. Okay, has an agreement. Professor, I agree with you, but don't see that happening. Okay. Vehicle Mundo AI overview: forcing a U.S. father to pay child support for a foreign child is possible through international agreements and the cooperation between the U.S. and foreign government agencies.
It is possible, but it is very improbable.
Yes, very improbable.
And in your case,
yeah,
you were going to have a pre-existing legal agreement.
Yes. Yep. I would have had to make sure everything was legit. But then again, it would be tough to walk away and know you have a child out there in the world. There's a gentleman here that I had brought up before that had a child with a female. The child got sick and was in the hospital. It ended up costing like 230,000 pesos. He doesn't want to give up his rights. She doesn't want him around. She's got a boyfriend, a Filipino boyfriend. So it's a shitty situation. The family tried to extort money from him, but they didn't want to allow him to be in the child's life. He wanted to buy a hotel, or not a hotel, a condo or an apartment, or rent something and set them up and live with her and raise the child, but that mother didn't want it. And I don't think it was so much the mother as the family influencing the daughter to say, no, don't let this American into your lives for the child unless he ends up paying what, I don't know. It just was a shitty situation. So, wow. 4 people on a motorbike, 2 little children with no helmets.
Slightly changing the topic a little bit, but staying on real estate and new guys are coming here. As I said, rent something.
Rent.
But the other half is do not get involved with one single girl until you've been here 6 months to a year. I can tell you that from renting units, I moved a couple into a unit that it is a new couple, and 90% of the time the guy is single after a month or less.
Okay, hang on. We're going to have to take a break for a second. Yes. Look at this. That is, I believe that's a Hellcat wide body. Could be a Scatty. No, that's a Hellcat wide body. Love the color. There we go.
Very expensive car here.
Very expensive car here. That's got to be 6 to 8 million. Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a case where a gentleman moved to town here, had a girl he had met, and found a place for him to live when he got here, bought a bunch of appliances and all this other stuff. In fact, he paid for the appliances, but she had it in her name because she was here, signed on it all. They split not too long after he moved in with her and everything, thinking that everything was going to be rosy. Well, he was getting taken for everything, and anything that she had signed on and gave the money for, which he forwarded to her, became hers. So he couldn't take it because her name was on the stuff. Again, it's crazy here. Fury, can you get shafted anywhere? Oh, you can get shafted anywhere around the world like this.
Absolutely.
Like anywhere in the world, just be careful with who you decide to settle down with. Yeah, yep. Wouldn't a Barfine be a much simpler choice? A Barfine sounds like a crazy thing, but it is actually safer than a freelancer or other circumstances. Yes. Sounds like Todd has been lucky as I have with the other half. Fury, yes, you have a beautiful wife. You guys found the right ones. Waveword. My father was a Vietnam, got my mother pregnant and brought her to the U.S. to meet her mom and got married, but immigration law back then was easier. Okay? Boo-doo-doo-boo-doo-boo. Yes, it's ironic. Technically, a USA father could be forced to pay child support, but the USA would not give citizenship unlike with a US mother. Yeah. Could be forced to pay child support. Sounds like they would have to have the money up front to force all the things to be done. And a lot of these women here, Filipinas, do not have resources like that.
Yeah.
Lowell Matheson, you could lease the land long term and then build a house.
Yeah, absolutely you can lease it, but it has to be a formal lease recorded on the deed for you to have any protection. It also now becomes a business, so the leaseholder has to have a mayor's permit and has to have a tax registration and pay the tax on the payment. Now, it is a small amount, so probably it'll be 3 to 8% of the payment, but it gets very complicated.
Yeah.
Going back out of Barfines, and maybe only your older viewers will know these two names, Zen Buckaroo and Mac Horn. Both of them were expats that did stuff in Southeast Asia a long time ago. Eddie or Zen was from the 1980s, late 80s on. Mac was up until about 2010. Both of them told me the same thing about a Barfine.
Yes.
You're not paying to get the girl.
Yeah.
You're paying to have her leave and end the transaction.
Yes.
The transaction's over. You have no more obligation.
I hear that a lot. You're paying for the woman to leave. Once it's done and over the deed, it's done and you got to go, girl. You got to go. Jeannie Cruz, you made the right decision. Yes. I try to do that these days, Jeannie. Raymond, Mayor. Hello. Yeah. Raymond says he leaves me alone for a second and I'm having babies. Yes.
I'll go sit here.
Okay. All right, Chuck.
When I talk, I'll see you again.
Okay. Good to see you, Chuck. Are you living here now? You're just vacationing? What's up?
Yeah, I'll be talking to him.
Okay, you're going to talk to Todd? All right. I'm going to put Todd's info in the link in the description on this live afterward for everybody who wants to see this. This is a live. I'm sorry that some of you don't like the content right now or it's, boring for you guys, but this is something that we need to put out, do a live video. I think this will get more views the way I tag it and label it in the future and have Todd's information in the link, the description below. So.
Okay, if they don't like the real estate, fine, let's stop the real estate. Ask any question about Angeles City you want.
Yes.
And between the two of us, I think we have the answer.
We have the answer.
Ask anything you want.
Yes. Lowell, have you seen any 302 bosses there?
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, Fury might chime in on that one. How many 302 bosses do you have? I know you have the yellow 2014. He'll let us know here if he's still there. Smiley, happy 99-year lease now. Just give her the house, yes. Did you know that Dennis Rodman's father had 26 kids here? Dennis's father, I think, was very popular around the area. I might have even seen him. I think he passed away.
He has passed away, yes.
Never boring, it's always fun and informative. Professor, I've heard that, but you're for sure it's great. Someone told Hammer to turn the music down. Yes, they did. Maybe it was Raymond here. Hey, you're coming. You ready? You're going to be on.
All right.
There's Raymond, Mayor Raymond, everybody. I haven't seen Adrian on today.
Oh, he's not?
No, he hasn't chimed in.
I thought he was a moderator.
Yeah, yo, he is.
He should be 100% attendance.
Yeah, I know. Maybe he's napping or partying because the Dodgers won again and moving on. So.
How you been?
Good, good. What's going on with Raymond?
Nothing much. Just...
What do you got on your neck there, Raymond?
I've got to turn this way.
Yeah. Are you here for good now? Did you bought a car, right?
Yeah, I have a car.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Okay, so you're digital nomad from here for now. Good for you. Good for you. You guys know Raymond. We bar hopped and hit excess. We were going to try again this last Saturday
the
car
girls
show.
missed you.
It's like the girls
They're
missed
all
me.
asking for you.
I get a couple messages from a couple. Yeah.
They were wondering where you were.
Yeah.
They were wondering where my best friend was. I told him
Yeah.
he doesn't want to be friends with me anymore. I don't know why.
Mayor Raymond's not a good influence on me, you guys, but I love it. It gets me out and about. Yeah, exciting. Very exciting to bar hop, especially with Raymond, who's only been here about 3 minutes and knows everything and everybody. So that's why we call him the mayor of Angeles right now.
I did see your video on Clark, CDC. That was cool.
Yeah. Well, it's a good time. It was a good time. I still have the night video I'm putting together, the car show stuff.
And then, yeah, yesterday was
Oh, it
great.
was terrible yesterday. What'd you do yesterday?
Stay at home.
Yeah,
It was bad.
you couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like Todd was saying, we had inches of rain over the hours. It was
Our
terrible.
internet power lines were shot.
Yeah.
They're still fixing it. How about yours?
Yeah, no, I was good. I actually was good. My speed slowed down a little bit, but I think it had something to do with the rain. Okay, let's get back to Fury Answers. I have a 2012 Boss Yellow Blaze color, one of two known to be here. Fury, if you wouldn't mind letting us know, how many Mustangs do you have in that spectacular car museum over there? I forget. It's always awesome to see. I did a video on this a while back, you guys, and we'll probably be visiting again when Mike Foodie comes back to town. Raymond had a leech on his neck. Oh,
Had a what?
a leech, something sucking on his neck.
That's what it was.
Are there any 24-hour restaurants in Angeles? Absolutely. In fact, just on Walking Street, we have Western Fields. Phillies here is open 24/7. T-Bax is open 24/7. There are numerous restaurants. He tripped and fell on a rock, which then bruised his neck.
Yes. Another, yeah.
Yeah.
Happened too.
Here, we'll let you cool down. You look like you're sweating a little bit.
I'm trying to position myself to my...
Yeah, your neck. Okay, let's see. I can't even read that name. Dr. A Condos is in the house. Hey, Chad and Todd, great to see you guys live. Always good vibes. Dr. A Condos is another person I show or talk about a lot. He has 2 different buildings here in town, maybe 3, I don't even know. Studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. He's very negotiable. If you're here for a while, you don't want to pay hotel prices, search out Dr. A Condo Suites, Dr. A Condo Studios. I will link his information in the description as well. I give him free advertising as well. Great guy, easy to work with, like Todd.
Yeah, absolutely. He has the lowest price units out there that are 100% up-to-date modern units.
Yep.
They may be smaller, but they are really good buildings, well managed, good ownership, and
Here you go.
if you want to be under 20,000, he's the person to go to if he has availability.
Availability is the only problem with Dr. A condos. It's hit and miss. He doesn't always know when they're going to leave, so it could be open tomorrow, or he's booked up today, full house. So
That's the problem owning a real estate
thank
deal.
you very much.
You can be
There you go.
empty or full overnight. I mean, I've had
Yeah.
6 people end leases into 2 weeks.
Yes. The mayor will keep you on your toes. Yes, he will. Or horizontal.
Are you really, you don't like hanging out with me?
Yo, I like hanging out with you. I just say it on the live that I'm afraid that Raymond's back in town. I love going out with Raymond.
But seriously, I'm thinking for a second.
Yeah, and I'm talking
Having
pregnancy.
babies, I mean, have
Yes.
I not taught you anything?
You haven't taught me enough. It was a thing that I had entertained. There was a girl that we've been chatting for a while, and she blew me away by that comment, "Will you get me pregnant?"
So this is recent.
Yeah.
Like recent.
Honestly, I thought about it for the reason of having sex. Honest. And that was it. There's no way I would get her pregnant. If and ever it would ever happen, legal would have to be documented, and no, but believe me, no is what chimed in my head instantly, and I held to that throughout. I just led you guys on for the content and the interest. So sorry for that, but it happens here. It's a topic that needed to be brought up. No, I like going out with you, Raymond. Todd, I don't know. We've never really been out other than to eat. You bar hop anymore? No, you're
really.
married. He's married.
But 14 Mustangs for Fury.
Yeah, okay, let's get back to
Wow.
Vehicle Mundo. Actor Anthony Quinn had 70 years old. His youngest daughter, Antonia, was born in 93. 81 years old when his youngest son, Ryan, was born in 96. So you still got time to decide, Chad. Yes. Sweet Jen. Good day to you, Brad here. Hello, Brad. Where you at? Where you coming from? I do not recall. Her name is Leech Lynn. Talking about your neck, I believe. Destination random. If restaurants along Walking Street and Fields Avenue to your liking, which hotels also have 24-hour restaurants? Well, T-Bax is located in the Angelic Residences building. I don't know. I think they only do Airbnbs. I don't think they have hotel-style rooms there. Hi, Professor Boo. If a land ad says motor access only, does that mean only a narrow motorcycle trail? If a land ad says motorcycle access, it means they only have enough room for a motorbike. If you have a car, you're gonna have to park it elsewhere. Like I don't have room at my Dr. A condos for a car. I park it at a side street. I can park my motorbike there, but I can't park my car there. That's usually what they mean, I believe. Thanks you guys for the kind words. Dr. A, no problem. Thank you, my friend. Are you back in town, Dr. A? I think you are. I didn't see you at the ABC pool party yesterday, which they still held the beer pong competition in the rain. I was surprised. Desmond wanted to sign me up. I had to decline because I knew the weather was going to be shitty, and I'm just getting over some junk. Just added 2, so 14 Mustangs, you guys. Some of them are single offs and stuff. Did you get the S650 yet, Fury? I hate to keep asking you questions. As a Mustang Korean owner, just about is going to drive down. Yeah, that's a Korean owner, runs a couple bars. They let him drive down Walking Street. That Mustang right there. Amzik, okay. Mayor Raymond, which bar in AC which bar do you think is the best?
Well, bar or bar bar?
I'm sure we're talking bar-findable Euro bar.
Club XS.
Club XS, yes. And why? Because you know what the bar find is going to be. If you don't know about XS,
Well, they have
color coordinated outfits. Black is 4,000, white and green is like 5,000. little go-go dancer things is like 7,000. I don't know. You know right away what the bar fine is.
Very eclectic, right?
Very eclectic, yes.
You have just dancers, you have barfine girls.
Yeah.
And if you just want to go there to have a drink and watch a show,
Yeah.
you can do that without any pressure.
The dancers, you can't take. You can buy ladies' drinks, but a lot of the dancers, I don't know, might be married or whatever, or you can't bar fine them. The other girls, the majority of the girls there are bar fineable. So,
One of the reasons for not bar finding the show dancers is the shows wouldn't work.
yeah,
The
girls would be gone.
They need them
Yeah.
in the show for the full coordination.
Yes.
Bars used to say you could bar find them at the end of the night.
But not any longer, right?
And we have mufflers here too.
Frickin' Turbo Timmy shit. I agree with Raymond. Club XS is something that surprised me. I didn't go in there for a couple of years. And then when I did, I think it was probably with Raymond for the first time. No, I think it might have been with Edgar, and then I went with Raymond, I think the same week or within a couple. The shows there are amazing. They have them at different times. It goes for an hour and a half or something, and it's like 10 different routines, different outfits.
Well, they got a wolf show,
It's a
fire show,
Fire shows, right.
Korean popcorn.
Choreographed, beautiful outfits. You fall in love. You try to figure out which girl's the most beautiful. I agree. It's a great place. Avalon, I believe, has some sort of shows I saw. That was probably one of the first bars I went into that had choreographed routines. Fell in love again.
Yeah, and Club Excess backstory is why you should not start a business here.
Yeah.
My friend originally owned that land and owned the first bar there with several other owners. And the bar was open 2 months and raided police, and only the Filipino owner was left because they were going to bring human trafficking charges against the foreigners.
Wow.
So Perry left and lost a lot of money, and
Scary.
the Filipino owner ended up losing his life. He owned Louis Grand,
Oh, yeah.
and just tells you don't come here and try to open businesses as a single foreigner.
Yeah.
It's very complicated.
Don't flaunt your money either. You might end up getting kidnapped.
Absolutely.
For some reason, my username is different. Okay,
Kidnap
Brad.
Chad.
Yeah, don't kidnap
His
me.
viewers will start a GoFundMe,
Yeah.
and you'll make a lot of money.
I have no money to offer anybody, so. I like Avalon, but they wouldn't let me drink with the girls I liked. Destination says, Wayward, you're taking off. Good to have you on the chat. You guys, if you don't know Wayward Traveler, check out his YouTube channel. Subscribe if you like that kind of content. Fury, no S650 yet. I always get the terminology wrong because I've been away from the car scene too long. I try to show you guys car scene here. It's just there's not as much as there used to be or is in the States. Marcus Vehicle Mundo is a Minnesota car show vlogger who has some of the best content in Minnesota. So if you want to see what we live for in Minnesota, what I kind of started my channel with, check out Vehicle Mundo as well. Yes. Never waste your money buying drinks for the cultural dancers. Well, that's if you don't want a bar fine. I like buying the ladies drinks, sitting there and touching and cuddling and caressing and getting to know. That's about as far as you can go in the club, and sometimes that's enough. That's satisfying enough. without having to Barfine, spend that extra money. Avalon had a great show, but on the couple days ago, this used to be a damn good performance. Yes.
I can learn something from you, Chad.
Yes.
How much are ladies' drinks now? When I was buying them, they were $150 for a single,
Yep.
and $300 for a double, and a couple clubs
Yes.
had 500 special drinks.
Yes. Well,
How much are they now?
when I play pool league, I like to have a good luck charm sitting next to me sometimes. So I'm talking about MGC. And it's 300 to 500 depending on what she's drinking. Usually a beer is a 300 ladies drink fee. The girl gets 100 pesos of that. So if I get a girl to come sit with me, I usually buy her about 3 beers. She gets 300. I give her a little tip after that. My usual bill for pool leagues is about 300 pesos a night. If I have a girl sit with me when I'm playing pool leagues at MGC, my typical bar bill will be 1,200 to 1,500 pesos for the night. So if we go to excess, Mayor Raymond usually picks up the tab. So I have no clue what an excess ladies drink costs.
It's pretty similar. It's double the drink.
Okay.
So, see, Jeff, Todd's point, if a Sandvik Light is 150, right?
Yep.
Then the ladies' drink, if they got the Sandvik Light, would be 300.
Okay.
And then typically, the girl will get the 150.
Okay.
So the bar gets the 150 normally for the drink, and then the lady gets the 150.
Yes.
That is double the charge.
If you ring the bell, which I've done at MGC a couple times now,
It's 5,000 at Club Access.
it's 5,000.
5,000.
See, I couldn't do that. That would be too expensive for my taste. Cheap Charlie
And they
here.
have an air bomb, air balloon drop for 10K.
Yeah. MGC's ring the bell is however many girls are on stage, 150 per girl. So when I ring the bell, it's usually 7 girls on stage. It comes out to 1,050 to ring the bell. Now I don't even think there's alcohol in those little shots that they get for the 150. I've heard it's juice. Some say there might be a little vodka or something mixed in. Be prepared if you're going to be bar hopping, you're an alcoholic, or you want to splurge on these women. These nights can get very expensive here in Angeles. Yeah. If you're bar finding it and everything else, it adds up very fast. Very fast.
Do not get drunk and start buying drinks.
Oh my
You
God.
will wind up with a bill that is several $100s.
We
It's
talked.
happened many times.
We talked about that last night at Pool League with everybody at that other bar. That weekend millionaire that came here with $1,000 in his pocket. He thought $700 would get him over a week of partying at the bars constantly, and he'd still have some change left over. Well, the way he sat there for that 8-9 hours that day and rang the bell and bought rounds, his bill came back at $700. And he fought it because he had blacked the whole thing out. Again, there. Know your money, know your situation. Don't get drunk. Don't lose common sense. It can add up very quickly.
There's another problem with the weekend millionaires. If they ever plan to move here, they're not going to be happy because the bars and the girls will remember them as high spenders, and they'll be upset because
Mayor
it doesn't
Raymond.
continue.
That's why the girls want to see me. I don't know. He's paying 20,000 pesos probably every time we go out. Not that much. Add some trike drivers to your WhatsApp. Weather yesterday, oh sweet, it was terrible. Vehicle Mundo, there you go. You're still around, thank you. I prefer to buy a waitress a drink. They will hook you up. There you go. Yep. Good morning, Michael Juan. Good morning to you. Sweden, laughing, Grab car. Grab car is about the same price as a trike. Grab is very affordable here, air conditioned. The only problem with the Grab is you might sit in traffic 2-3 times longer than you would a trike or a maximum motorbike ride, which is like 45 pesos.
Well, then take Grab Trike.
Grab trike, yep.
which is much less than trike fares.
Yes.
Actually, trike fares are very reasonable if
Yeah.
they follow the real fare, which is 35 peso or 35 or 40 pesos, depending upon age for the first kilometer.
Yeah.
They
Have a
haven't
chart.
followed that.
They have a chart right in them, but they don't really always go by that.
No.
They try to get you. And the LDs doesn't have to be alcoholic. The ladies' drinks doesn't have to be alcoholic, right? A lot of the time the girls don't want the alcohol because they're there all night. So it may look like a cranberry vodka when it's only cranberry or something.
Well, how can a 100-pound girl
Yeah.
drink
Yeah.
10 alcoholic drinks
Right.
into
Still be
a night
functioning,
and still be able to even walk, let alone dance?
That's kind of the difference between the Koreans who barfine and, say, an American. The Americans, and when I went to college, we always tried to get the girl as messed up as possible. I don't know what that is. And I think that still happens here with the American expats. Whereas the Koreans will go in and point out, I want number 6, I want number 11, and they don't even buy ladies' drinks. They just take the girls out. They're not into getting them messed up there. They might take them shopping, they might take them bar hopping, they might go to the Korean bars that they prefer. So there's different things going on here all the time. Professor just asked me, the professor had to do it. It's the rookies better not try to be me. Yeah, professor, you are a crazy man. You spend a lot of money. That's why you're the professor. Why not just tip the girl 20 to 100 pesos while she's dancing on stage? Some guys will do that. There's a guy I play pool league with, and he'll tell the girl, just sip on that beer. Rather than get you all messed up and I keep buying you beers, every time I buy myself a beer, I will slide you 100 pesos. So there's a few ways to get around it, and the girl still makes some money without the girl getting, totally intoxicated. Professor is an Angeles City Jedi. Teach me, master. I don't mind the non-alcoholic drinks. I put drinks into a cherry girl for about 4 hours one night. She vomited all over my bathroom and clogged the sinks. Yes, that's why you don't want to get these girls totally drunk if you're planning bar fine and stuff. That's just sloppy. I don't know. Plus, then they get a little strange when these girls get intoxicated. They might get a little mouthy. They might get a little out of control. That's never fun either.
Also, you don't want a totally drunk girl at your house.
Right.
Because if she passes out,
Yeah.
you better not touch her because she can make claims that'll put you in jail that day. You want a sober girl who's going to remember what happened.
Why is this phone? Oh, I got the volume up. I gotcha. I was wondering why it's shaking. Too many drinks just paid her to fall asleep, right? Pro tip, buy Mama Son a drink. Yeah, Mama Sons. I know when I'm out with Raymond, everybody's having a cocktail. And it's usually a Papa Son. Is that what they're called? Papa Sons?
Daddy son.
Daddy Son. In fact, I think you bar-fined a Daddy Son one time to go bar hopping with us. Unwillingly. He didn't want to go. But the nice thing about that was that he kind of gave everybody VIP service at the different bars we jumped to. They got contacts. We got great seating. They shuffled people out of the seats. It worked out to our advantage, believe me. So, Mayor Raymond again. You guys are coming to town and you want somebody to party with. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to throw his business or his practices out there.
I want one person to go with me.
Yeah. Where are we at? 2 hours, 81 people, 70 thumbs ups. Is there anything else anybody needs to or wants to ask? I'm probably going to sign off here quickly. Throw your questions out there for Mayor Raymond, for Todd, for us, for me. There's a gentleman sitting on the other side of Todd I want to talk to. I'll talk to afterward. He's very knowledgeable in the way of military benefits and hospitals and TRICARE. I want to bring him on possibly this Friday. I don't know if he wants to agree to that, but I will, if he agrees to it, bring him in to talk about medical insurances, military things, hospitals. Just talking to him the other day, very knowledgeable. I know you guys would like to hear about that as well. I'll throw it up in my posts, let everybody know pre-lives if it's going to work out. So.
And Angeles is getting busier.
It's getting busier.
It is picking up a little bit.
Yep.
So I think that it ought to be a good high season.
Yeah.
It is a great time to come.
We're entering high season right now. We should be in high season, right? After rainy season, which never seems to end here.
Rainy season is a Chinese plot to take over the Philippines. They've got the storm circling.
Yeah, generating these damn
them out.
storms. Is Dr. A real doctor? No, I don't think he's a real doctor. Doctor, you out there yet? He told me this story one time. He was a professor or something. I forget the story, but I don't think he's a real doctor.
Actually, if he was a college professor, he probably has a doctoral degree.
Yeah.
So he is a doctor, but he's not a medical doctor.
Right. Yes. How scary are the 5K peso apartments that used to be in Phillies vids? Very scary. If you don't like bugs, like I don't like cockroaches and little worms that'll come out of your drain if you're on main floor when it rains, you definitely aren't going to be able to handle a situation like that, a unit like that. Windows don't seal, air conditioners don't even have boxes in the wall. It's just an open thing where bugs and birds and bats and cats and everything else can come through. I wouldn't recommend a 5,000. No, they are scary. And if they know you're a foreigner and you're going to rent that, believe me, it's not going to be 5,000.
And then the cost of furnishing it.
Yeah.
It goes
it's usually
way up.
unfurnished, right? And the furniture that may be there, no, suspect, scary.
Yeah. A 5,000 peso unit is equal to a jail cell.
yeah, basically. Swedgen says, Amiga, reasonable fees, yes. I like letting somebody else take care of all the footwork. If you try to do the LTO stuff, you're going to be doing all the footwork. If you need to like register a bike with the LTO or whatever, if you got to go to City Hall, you got to go to third floor, you got to go to this window, you got to bring your receipt back down to the first floor. I recommend using some of these services or having people go have your bike go through the emissions or licensing. When I bought my car, the guy took and had the NBI clearance figured out so that there's no loans against it. Pay these people a couple extra thousand pesos to get rid of that headache, because doing the footwork here can be a real frustrating thing. Casanova of Love. Okay. Where are we at? You want to rent these places before the furniture has seen years of short times? Yes, absolutely. I always wonder why people say they don't exist, because you don't want to see them. Filipinos grow up on dirt floors with no windows and are used to things like this. When they come, like Ann's brother came here to live in Angeles, got a job over at the same place she worked, rented a place for 3,000, 5,000, and it's someplace I would never ever consider living in. I could
You were
not.
scared just walking back there daytime.
I couldn't
with
do
Ann.
it. I couldn't do it. In fact, I went to search out Marshall, the food vendor guy. We had lined up. I was going to go there at 7 a.m. one morning. He said, just check in with the guy that's outside of this area, and they'll bring you down in there. There's no way I would ever go down in there without him or somebody. The day I arrived, there was no guard. There was nobody there that would escort me in, so there's no way. That's why you haven't seen Marshall's house and him making the food before he brings it here. Have you seen the new indoor swimming pool in Henderson? Not been there yet, just driven past. Also, there seems to be paintball now as well. Henderson, where is that?
There is a new water park that is directly opposite the entrance to Hensonville Homes.
Oh,
I mean Hensonville Plaza.
that's okay, yeah.
So
Water
go
park.
like you were going to my place,
Yep.
but at Hensonville Plaza, turn left as if you were going over to Robinson.
Yes.
Down
yes.
about 150, 200 meters is a brand new 3 or 4 story building that is an indoor water park.
Is that double road with the island in the middle?
Yeah.
You're talking? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Is that the one you're talking about, Fury? Must be.
It just opened.
Awesome.
Opened a month or
I will
two
check
ago.
that out. Lawyers are cheap enough there. Why not pay? I don't know. When this whole thing about videotaping and getting everybody's approval and blurring faces came out, I went and searched out an attorney to get clarification. Sat there for 20 minutes and had to pay about 3,000 pesos. Now, I also asked him, what would a retainer cost for me to have you as my attorney for whenever and if ever I need you?
10,000.
15,000 a month. 15,000 a month. No. So lawyers here, yes. There again, Filipino, expat, foreigner, skin tax. Hey, be careful.
And the advice that you get from the lawyer
Yeah.
is not always good
Yeah.
because there is virtually no accountability here.
Yes. That's what you need, Bob. A indoor pool surrounded by Mustangs. Has anyone tried Lusing Sisig? Yes, we've been there before. I've been there. I think Edgar and I might have gone with whoever's, and I don't think we ate there. It was non-air conditioned. I think we took the food to go. It was good. It was good. I don't like sisig though. Bang on. I believe Philly and Ugly have videos on hailing, loosing. Yes. Oh my God, here he goes again, you guys. He's circling, he's teasing me. Stop that. Now you, hey, how are you? Sorry to yell. Love that car. All right, you guys, I'm gonna sign off. Todd, you got anything else you wanna say?
No, just
Appreciate you showing up. Appreciate it.
Really consider hard buying here.
Yep.
And don't think that you can buy a unit and have the management handle renting it out and make money.
Yeah. It's not gonna work out.
Don't
A lot of loopholes.
pre-plan.
Okay.
Too many loopholes there, and if you're 5 years out, you don't know what's going to happen in 5 years.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, thanks.
Hey, wait, let's see. Say goodbye to Raymond, everyone. Mayor Raymond's got to get to work.
Other things. Yeah.
All right. See you, buddy. Thanks for showing up. So there we have it, everybody. That's it. We went over 2 hours. Hopefully everybody is 74 people right now, 73 thumbs up. Let's get one more thumbs up. Again, I'm not going to say goodbye to everybody, but I appreciate everybody showing up. Hopefully it's informative and all that. Marvin, I got a quick question for you. I don't know if you want to be on a vlog ever.
My voice. What's going on?
You don't want to be on. You are very knowledgeable. Okay. You are very knowledgeable in the way of military, hospitals, and all that good stuff.
I'm heading that way now.
Would you ever consider doing a live with me to let people know what you know?
Yes. I'll do that. I'll tell you, because I experienced it. I just like
I
had
know.
knee surgery,
I know.
FMP, and yes, I don't mind. It's going to be facts. It's not going to be they said, he said. I'm going to
Yes.
tell you what it is.
How about
So,
Friday? Would you
I'll
be
be
willing
here, I'll be here
to?
like clockwork, so no problem.
Perfect. All right, you guys, there we go. We're going to have some military,
10 years,
some
so-
hospital information. He just had a knee surgery. He didn't have to pay anything out of pocket.
Loads of big
He's going to have some really good information. I'll put out a reminder, a post, and we'll bring in some of that. I'm going to try to make a topic or bring topics to everybody. So, 77 thumbs ups. Thank you guys, Edgars, Genies, everybody, professors. We'll catch you guys in the next one, Friday. Stay tuned for some good videos. Hopefully they're good. Touring the Royal Amsterdam Hotel tomorrow. I still got to get that massage. I ruled out a massage place. We'll touch base on that next Friday. All right, guys, I'm out. Thanks for viewing. Bye-bye.